Welcome to the Comix Zone.
What's going on, nerds? This is the Comiz Zone. I'm Mike.
This is Bill.
We got MC Viruz on the line today.
Yo.
What up?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Just gonna bullshit on this episode, I think.
Also, a lot of new stuff has kind of dropped, new trailers, new movies coming our way. So there's a lot of kind of new stuff worth putting on the radar.
Well, yes, a bunch of the trailers that came out for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And we're not going to talk about it on this episode, but new Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania releases the same day this episode does.
Yep.
So it is out right now if you're hearing us.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're going to have a whole episode dedicated to that later, so no spoilers or anything now as far
It
as
should
that
be
goes.
the next episode after
the
this
show's
one.
come out already? The movies come out?
No.
Well, when we release this episode, it'll be opening night.
Word.
Because
That's
this is
Friday then, right?
Because right now we are living in the future because this episode isn't out yet.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. Time travel.
Yeah, we're time travelers.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then next week we should be doing an episode on
Gonna bring a
Ant-Man.
big powwow, bring everybody on, talking about all sorts of quantum mania.
Is this the first time you guys done this since the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our first episode since the Super Bowl.
Are we okay to talk about the new Batman, or is that another podcast?
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what I was talking about with the new trailers, that Michael Keaton is back as Batman. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't actually see the trailer.
You should watch it like right now so you can get your reaction recorded. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on them.
It is that good.
Oh,
You're on my
kidding.
phone.
But I play it for you on my phone.
On your phone.
But as far as like the nerdy stuff goes, I mean, we're going to get, as far as the comic book Flashpoint references. So if you've read the Flashpoint series from DC, I think they're pulling a lot from there. I haven't read that one yet. It's been on my radar. So I'm actually looking forward to reading that after the movie, just because everything with, like Kang, not Kang, but with Thor, Love and Thunder, I comic booked the hell out of that. And then I went into it and was disappointed by what the comic did, but what the movie didn't. So this time, I'm going to save Flashpoint till after the movie. And that movie's out June 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that. You should.
I'm pulling it up here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it'll be good.
And I like how you called it the new Batman trailer and not the updated Flash trailer. Because technically,
it's not a Batman movie.
Yeah.
If Michael Keaton's in it, it's a Batman movie, especially to us. So millennials, whatever the hell we are.
Yeah.
I'm Gen X, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's still just as important. And I think,
I mean, like, it's huge because
They still got Ezra Miller in it?
yeah. Well, they filmed the whole thing before he got into trouble.
Money into that shit, they had to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So what do you want to say? Fight to save this one. Because this is the one where my mom lives.
Mommy.
I'm gonna lose her again.
My mom.
Time has a pattern.
More time travel. I love time travel.
I do too. You can't
Everything's
really-
got
you can't
time
really go
travel
wrong.
now.
People, different worlds. Belong to each other like
And multiverse.
magnets.
That's how we're getting Keaton.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
My face. So my face. If you were to go into the
How long is this?
It's a good
3 minutes?
minute or, yeah.
A whole 3 minutes?
Almost. Oh, they even got fucking
Ben
Ben Affleck in it.
So we have 2 confirmed Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Will we get a third?
Who's the bad guy? Is that Zod?
Zod's in there. I saw one video
Is it actually Zod or is it?
Yeah, it's the same one from Man of Steel too.
It's multiverse shit now, so everything goes.
Exactly.
There's nothing that don't make sense with the multiverse
They can bring in
gimmick.
They can bring in whoever, switch them out, change everything around, retcon, whatever the fuck they want to do.
Oh shit!
Too bad Ezra Miller can't say that for his real life.
Right.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, right.
Not to,
I mean, that's kind of cheesy, but at the same time, we're
No,
still
it's
like,
not
oh,
cheesy.
yeah, that
It's
was
tight.
good.
I think after the Morbius post-credit scenes, it is a little cheesy. It's like, okay, you dodge the bullet with the after Morbius, and then you go back right back into it, and yeah, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Well,
Something to do with Spider-Man.
well, it's like fan service, like the Spider-Man movie was.
So I think a lot is riding on DC. If they need
If
to
they pull
nail
this
it,
off, they'll be back in the game.
Exactly.
And Michael Keaton, that's a good way to start.
yeah. And I think they had to do that to kind of defuse the Ezra Miller debacle.
You know, it'd be cool, right? If this puts a fire underneath Michael Keaton's ass to the point where they can get Tim Burton involved and give him his own movie again.
Kara's Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
Could,
Yep. Exactly. Kara.
All right, that's cool. So we got Supergirl now too.
Supergirl. And then we also, Zod was the other one.
Looks like a bunch of people in that movie. You had Superman in there, two Batmans, two
if
Flashes.
you look at the scene of Michael Keaton's bat, where all the bat suits are, there's a blue one. There's a lot of his suits.
Oh, like Batman
where
Beyond?
The actual the actual
Batman
action
Beyond
figures
was
from
red.
Batman, the suits they had, remember the different variations of the Batman Returns action figure line?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like in the back of in all of his little bat suits when you watch that trailer. There's one with the blue hood that kind of looks like the Adam West colors.
Oh, so you got one for each iteration of Batman?
And I saw a video where they enhanced the lighting on that photo too, so you could really see like that blue color. And there was another scene with Ben Affleck Batman where he was kind of like jumping and sliding, that he was wearing a blue suit and kind of had this like web mesh and this yellow kind of utility belt.
Mm-hmm.
So we are getting a little more
Kind
suit
of an old
variation.
school suit.
Throwback to the old school vibe for sure.
That's pretty cool. I always liked the blue suit. Like they still do it in some of the newer stuff too. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, you get the yellow and blue.
I like those toys. I mean, and I haven't seen anybody else point this out yet, that those suits look like the toys from the Batman Returns. The different ones. Like there was they had one with the goggles and
Just
one with
from Batman Returns, or is it from Batman
Well,
Forever?
that was the only time there was Batman Michael Keaton toys.
Okay. Was Batman Returns?
Yeah,
They didn't do it for the first movie?
No, I don't think for the
maybe.
'88 movie. I think they just had.
I remember having collector baseball cards from that movie though.
I think I had some too.
I got Ghostbusters 2 ones from the same company that made the Batman ones. But they had the Goon, they had Joker, like the Goon that played Bob. Remember from the first movie? Bob, done, boom. Bob, Joker, and Batman. I think there was a Robin too, but I don't think it was technically tied to the Batman movie.
Well, yeah, because he's
But
not
the
in
Batman
it.
Returns movie, they went crazy with the action figures. There was so many different colored Batmans for underwater, ice Batman, and
Yeah,
I
because
think they used some of those for those suits that you see in that scene.
Yeah, because one of the suits was it had like a scuba setup, and because it was the new rock stars did a video where they were looking at those 7 suits. They didn't call it to the action figures, and then the other one kind of looked like his desert suit from like the
Ben Affleck
Batman.
one?
Yeah, Batman Superman when they was in the desert with the Joker.
Yeah.
So it looked like that suit as well. So I never looked at those toys, but you might be onto something there.
And then the
They look
ones
similar. They look like big versions of it.
and the ones that I would actually want would be the ones that, you know, look like they were the shit that was actually in the movie. Those are the ones that I would actually want. You know, like a Catwoman and in her regular suit, and then Batman in his, you know, regular
Batman
suit.
Returns. There was an action figure with Michael Keaton. There was like Michael Keaton, and you can dress him and undress him as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-mm.
That shit was fire. He had with boots. Oh man, it was one of my favorite toys as a kid. And I had the Michelle Pfeiffer whip action
That's cool.
Catwoman.
That's a cool movie. And then I watched something where she actually, you know, when she's whipping the heads off of the mannequins, and she actually did that. Like she was actually really
in
good
one
with
take or something, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about one take, but she did it in, like, she maybe had to do it a few times, but yeah.
Yeah, the professional.
She whipped all their heads off in one, you know. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh,
Right.
whoopsh, whoopsh.
We have an extra on the set.
Yeah, I saw you trying to interview the cat.
Yep, she's sitting in on us now. If you're watching us on YouTube, she's off mic.
Yeah, Bill did a little video where he's like trying to interview the cat.
I
It's
seen
pretty
that.
funny.
You can hit my cat's Instagram at kiss.
That's
Meow, 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 meow. Meow,
What
meow,
else,
Meow, meow, meow. New Guardians trailer dropped.
oh, did it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't see that one either.
I mean, it didn't add too much more compared to the last one, but
The last one was pretty cool. I mean, the show, it looks like it's going to be kind of a sad one.
yeah, even Peter Quill character has been almost kind of checked out. It seems at times. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
Well, he's like all bummed out because of
I
Gamora.
guess that's true. I mean, if you think about it that way, because this is supposed to be, at least by the trailer, talking about bringing Gamora back into his love life.
Yeah, he's like trying to chase down or trying to find her.
So there are new Lego sets out for this new Guardians that just were released too. And the interesting minifigs that were added is a baby rocket.
Okay.
So there is a baby rocket figure that's coming out, and that was also kind of shown in the most recent trailer. That
Yeah, we're
getting
gonna
the
definitely-
origin story of how Rocket became enhanced the way he is.
Yeah, I think that planet they land on at the beginning when he like throws the ball at the girl or whatever and it hits her in the face like that. The bad guy in that'll be the High Evolutionary, and he's the one that did all the genetic testing and shit and made that planet where those people are at.
Yeah.
And made Rocket and his little otter girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah,
Is it an otter?
The ferret or whatever. I don't
Ferret,
know what it
yeah.
is.
it might be an otter because it's
I'm excited to see Adam Warlock.
Why?
Yeah,
He should be pretty cool.
Fuck
I don't
Adam
know.
Warlock.
It's just
and he has a minifig too now. That's all gold, like him flying through.
He should have been used in the Infinity War. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a waste to use him now. And he was a fucking asshole in Infinity War. He didn't really do anything. He just stood around and let everybody die. And they used Doctor Strange and kind of in his place instead. He was the one that
it's the
saw.
same thing with- that's like Silver Surfer when
Well,
Hulk
Silver
fell
Surfer
through.
was with Adam Warlock, but that was only because Adam like made him stay there, and he was just like, wait. And then he just like hung out, let everybody die and stuff, and then snagged the gauntlet when, after everybody else did the work.
Sounds
Seems
like a
like a good
smart
character to me.
smart way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
very-
saying. It seems like a good character. Like, I mean, you're not supposed to like everybody. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like pro wrestling. You gotta love to hate some.
I just
people.
wonder where they'll take it.
Run around like nature boy.
I wonder where they'll take it, considering after Infinity Gauntlet in the comics, he started the Infinity Watch or whatever it is, something like that.
That sounds about right.
They each guarded an Infinity Stone, so nobody could easily gather them again. I think it was
Unless you're in the
Infinity Watch.
TVA and then they just have drawers full of them.
Yeah, but they're like inert there in the.
That's true.
And I'm pretty sure the TVA is in the quantum realm,
Yeah.
They would have to be right. I mean, that would be their
We might
expertise, right?
we might be seeing it in this movie tomorrow.
I think we need to. I'd be disappointed if we don't get a little TVA to some point.
At least get a Loki in a post credit scene.
That would be nice.
Yeah. And a little teaser for the next season of Loki.
Because I forget which one's coming out after, as far as like show, like Disney Plus special or movie. I think it's Secret War. No, or No.
Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Sorry, you're right. Yeah,
That's the show.
correct. Yeah, Secret Invasion. I'm kind of double check that here. But one of the thing, just going back to the Flash or the Batman movie, is we're not sure who the big baddie really is. We saw Zod in there, but there are some people saying that they don't think that that's the real baddie, the real big baddie. So when we're talking Flashpoint, are we going to be getting the is it Reverse Flash or the one that's in the yellow?
Yeah, he's
Ezra or
I
no,
think, yeah. The yellow one is right. For
yeah.
sure.
What's his name? He has his real name was.
Oh,
And I've only seen the DC.
that I don't know.
The show on CW with the Flash. I watched that, and they did a pretty decent Flashpoint series.
Isn't he from the future? Reverse Flash. He was like.
Or the
He was like.
I think the original Flash was in that TV show for an episode from like the future, the multiverse type shit.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
Eobard Thawne is the name. But in the CW, it was a pretty solid crossover, and it had a big crossover between like the Arrow, and even crossed over into Supergirl, if I'm not mistaken, which was on another network. I'd have to fact check that, but or there was some big crossover where they switched beyond networks too, because one was on Fox and I think one was CW. And then
I used to watch that old TV show a little bit, but I never got super into it.
Which one?
The original Flash. I think it was the late 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s.
That's which version of Flash was it in that show? Was it the one with like the helmet?
No.
Because I think isn't that what you were talking about? Is that he showed up in the newer, the one
He
with
did,
the
right. He was in his old suit from that TV show.
yeah.
yeah, and he had like the lightning helmet. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, so Supergirl is on CW as well. So part of the Arrowverse, I guess, because that was the first one. Was Arrow?
That was supposed to be one of the better shows that was done. Right? Was Arrow? Everybody loved that.
I did to a point. I think I liked Flash better because I think I just like that more goody two shoes nerdy lead character versus the broody rich boy. You know.
Yeah, he was just Batman with arrows.
And I think, yeah, just for me personally, I found that character much more relatable than Flash, or I'm sorry, than Arrow. What I really was annoyed with Arrow is towards later on, it's like every single character had to then become a superhero. They had to wear some stupid ass mask, basically went back to kind of the tights and ridiculous campy DC of, Adam West era in this new.
Well, wasn't everybody in it a speedster too? Like just
Not all of them, but
too many of them.
and then there's one guy that kind of almost looked like Casey Jones is wearing like a hockey mask, and it was. And
I watched like the first episode of the Flash thing, and then there was like a tornado guy, and he had to like run in reverse to like stop. I'm like, dude, I can't do it. Like I tried, but I'm like, this is like the CW type superhero shows. I can't ever seem to like get into those at all. Even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's not a CW or anything, just stuff like that.
Yeah, I never really watched that either.
Yeah, it's just,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I tried.
It had its moments. I had a lot of cool characters that were worth watching. They had Ghost Rider. There's a Ghost Rider thing that was fucking awesome. It was only like half a season because
they spent their whole
they blew through like
their
all
whole
their
budget
money.
on.
They also had Deathlock he's been one of my favorite characters,
cool.
and that was in like the first season. So I think there was a lot of good stuff here and there, and there was the first time that they ever really tied it directly into the movies too. So I think that's an important note. It definitely had its highs and it had some really lows.
Yeah,
too.
they brought in Thor's friend, that one chick, right? The lady, something or other.
Natalie Portman,
No,
Kat Dennings.
No, the one of his like Asgardian crew in the beginning of the MCU, like he had his little crew of Asgardians that were
Tess or something, or
Lady Tess.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, they brought in. It depends on where in the.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, because there's probably like
Warriors 3, Thor and the Warriors 3. His homies that was in the first movie.
Yeah, that one chick. And
Creatures
then
with him.
I think she was in Loki too.
She was in another one. I think she
because
was in
there was a
two
point
more.
where he went back in time or whatever, and it was when he cut her hair or some shit. Remember? And she was all pissed at him for. Anyway, she was in it, and that was like
the Asian guy and the big dude with the beard.
And then you
And
had
the chick.
And then you had Agent Carter. That was another. She was a part of the Agents of Shield, right?
so Agents of Shield is 7 seasons.
Yeah, and how many? How
So
long
I
is
so
the
what?
season?
And I've only seen like the first maybe 3. So I'm not, or maybe 4.
How long is the season?
I mean,
Fucking 25 episodes.
it ran for 8 years.
Yeah,
So
seasons are probably long as fuck.
I don't know. Depends.
That's my thing. Is that if a season is too long or a show is too long, then I'm like, eh.
If it's done right, it doesn't matter how long it is. It's if there's enough substance.
I think
in
I'm
that
just
time.
used to the shorter show season format that they do these days. Seems like a more fleshed out story. Like they're trying to tell a certain story when they do that instead of doing the episodic thing where it's a different story every episode.
South Park does that, and I like it.
Well, yeah, but that works for a show like that. But I guess it doesn't work for me when it comes to.
I think everything's different. You can't.
Superhero
I don't
shit.
think you can make a blanket statement about how long of a season is. It depends on what they're putting into it. You know, if you had like an Avengers or even say like X-Men Team Force, you know, each episode can kind of rotate through a different character. A good example of that, not even comic book related, would be just how they approached such big topics and run on for a long time. It's like the show This Is Us. May not be everybody's cup of tea, but each episode focused on a single character and a single narrative that once they put all the pieces together really drove the whole narrative forward and were able to tell and do some really good things.
Breaking Bad kind of like
That
that.
made me shiver.
Yeah. Breaking Bad is a good example.
And I don't know. Have you guys watched the Last of Us?
I've actually,
Yeah.
that's one thing I'm keeping up with.
I never played the games, but apparently it's pretty accurate to the games. A lot of shout outs to the game. They try to stick to the story of the game as closely as possible, so it's not like Resident Evil. How
Bring
they
up Casper, Wyoming.
they mention it in one of the episodes
What too?
because they're trying to
They're trying to come to Wyoming. So
Right.
and they mention Casper at one point. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's like looking at the map.
Yeah, Cheyenne, Casper.
Yep.
That shit's tight.
Laramie and Cody. I think
Yeah, I forgot about those.
yeah, they're trying to get to Cody because that's where her
or somewhere around there, around
was
Laramie.
the last time was in Cody because they mentioned it's up towards Montana.
One of my favorite episodes was the one with the guy that plays Ron Swanson or whatever from
Yeah.
That was such a great story.
and the little love story between him and that guy, and like how he would like sit there and like eat dinner and watch people get fucked up on his booby traps, and he's all never gets old. And like his little note, his suicide note. It's like, I never really liked you.
I never
but
liked you. Yeah.
yeah, but I respect you.
I didn't see
He's
that
like,
coming, bro. I didn't see the relationship with him coming. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, it did. Me too. But then, oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, he's like, I never liked you, and then in the middle of it, when he's He's like, and I figure it's you that found this since nobody else could have got in without getting like fucked up by my booby traps and shit. And it's all hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good episode.
I think, we're talking about, a good story, and it wasn't like the homosexuality part wasn't forced. It felt like it was a natural part of that story. They didn't just tack it on there to check a box on their demographics. It felt like it was really built into the story and was able to tell it well.
It certainly felt like, the approach of it was, the approach don't matter, but it seemed like that it's unlike Ron Swanson to have a homosexual relationship.
Yeah, it was.
So and I think he was just lonely, and one thing led to another, and here he was.
Mm-hmm. He kind of fell in love with this like hippie guy.
Yeah. The
Well,
one he decided to let go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he was already interested in that. He had the magazines.
He found out later, that he had.
I didn't see that. I didn't.
That was in the next episode when the girl was rummaging through the back of the truck. He's like, "Oh,
yeah,
what is this?"
That's right.
Yeah. Why are the pages sticking together? And then also in his little note, when he's like, he's in his little note. He's like, frankly, I was happy when the world ended and everybody died. He's like, I really hated people. And he had a whole fucking plan, man. He like went out as soon as it went down, got everything hooked up, and they lived like a badass life for 20 years.
Yeah.
Basically with no problem. Like it didn't affect him at all, almost. He's eating fucking badass, like, pork chop dinners, all kinds, like making badass, like, fine dining and shit. It had all kinds of
wine,
wine, water, showers,
gas.
Yep. Yeah.
I seen that they filmed some of that. I think it was Ron Swanson's neighborhood or the town by it was used in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, I got you.
In Calgary, Canada, where it was filmed. Or Alberta, excuse me.
Yeah, I think that was maybe my favorite episode, to be honest. But otherwise, the show just kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
It just feels like another... Like, okay, it's fungus, it's cool, but, there's still zombies, and this is feeling like the same Walking Dead zombie apocalypse formula.
George Romero regurgitation.
Except... it's a little different, but essentially, no matter how you do it, they are just zombies essentially. So, it's all right, but they're not breaking any new ground, I don't think. I think where the show stands out is how true it stays to the game. As far as I hear, I've never played it myself, like I said, but I can almost pick out when they're highlighting something that was actually in the game. You know what I mean? Even though I haven't seen.
It's like, okay, here, this would be a good battle scene right here. Here's your escape scene or whatever.
It's like him being able to get in and out of the dude's compound. I bet you in the game you're going in and out. You have to learn the code to get in the front gate, the one that he's putting in, and like everything they're doing, like putting the battery together. I bet you have to go put the battery together in the game. And the note that she reads, I bet you it reads exactly like that in the game.
So Sean was saying I think he played the game, Nike, and he said that the homosexual relationship was implied, that they didn't actually meet
I don't
them,
think
they just found the letter.
If you watch all the way through the episode, they kind of do a behind the scenes thing at the end for 5-10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about they're like, yeah, we stick as close as we can to the game, but if we want to expand on something that is implied in the game and we think it's interesting, we're going to do that and stick to so they're adding things.
They should. That's
yeah. It's a artistic license. They have to do some things and expanding on the things that are implied in the game that you maybe wanted more story on.
Yeah.
And then they can do a whole episode, and that was, like I said, with the probably my favorite episode of the whole show so far.
It definitely got the most social buzz. I mean, it was, that's all you kind of saw on social media was, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or even TikTok. That's what everybody was talking about.
It was a good episode.
They got everyone talking.
It was a good episode. And like you said, like Virus was saying, you didn't expect, seeing how the episode started. And the guy, he's a straight fucking survivalist, badass, kind of a loony. You don't expect it to take the turn and turn into a love story.
Crying over strawberries.
Dude. And it's so fucking good. Like, you could totally, when they were doing that, I imagined it. I'm like, what's it been? 10 years since they had strawberries?
Real fruit, or real, yeah.
And so to eat a strawberry, I just thought about that. I'm like, how delicious would that strawberry be if you thought you would never have strawberries again?
Yeah.
And you're eating.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. But he's already eating really good. So, I mean, imagine being somebody who's not doing as good as them and then having a strawberry.
Yeah.
Like you're starving and you don't even know what a fucking strawberry is. Like, imagine
girl.
The little girl. Yeah, she's excited about
Everything.
everything in the car. She's like, it's like a spaceship. And he's like, put your seatbelt on. She's like, what? And he puts it on her, and she's like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, so imagine being somebody that's never had a strawberry. It's a good show. I think they do those subtle things well, and maybe that's why it was such a good game. I think what made it such a good game, on top of I think it plays really well, but it was the story and the way it pulled at your heartstrings. So his daughter dying at the beginning of the show, I think that was one of the scenes in the game where you're just like, what the fuck? So when somebody dies in the game, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think making choices comes into play in those games too when you interact with people.
So how you interact changes the game.
But I'm not entirely sure about that. But it seems like it could be a fun game. Survival horror games are always fucking my jam. So
I never played it before. I played Friday the 13th and Evil Dead.
You never played any Resident Evil or Silent Hill?
I played Resident Evil. I never played The Last of Us.
Yeah. But I'm talking just survival horror shit.
2023
2 was my favorite.
Developed by Naughty Dog, published by
I like
Sony.
Resident Evil 2. Me and Shadow back in the day. He turned me on to that.
Resident Evil
That was the
2.
first time I ever played a PlayStation.
Resident Evil 4 is.
I didn't really play that.
That's my favorite Resident Evil ever. And I recently played it in VR. So it's a whole completely different experience.
Right.
It's like you're in the fucking Resident Evil world. That shit's incredible. Next time you're in town or when we go on tour, which we got to talk about here in a minute.
So
I'm gonna bring that with me, and so you can check that shit out. It's incredible.
Bro,
So
did you know that they're doing Chainsaw Massacre
In VR?
No, well, in the video game, Kane Hodder, the body of Jason Voorhees, the guy who plays him, they're doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
A new movie, or what do you mean?
A game. He's doing the body CGI for it.
Oh. So is it like that Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight and shit?
But Chainsaws the People is always cool to be in video games, you know?
I think he's in
And
Dead by
RoboCop
Daylight,
too.
isn't he? Leatherface?
Dead by Daylight?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, really? That's right up your alley, dude. So you've played the Friday the 13th game.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight is the same thing, but much better made, and it took off way more than the Friday the 13th one, I think. And you get different bad guys like fucking Ghostface from
Woo?
Scream.
Woo?
Nah, from Wu-Tang.
RZA has a new
Not
comic.
the Ghostface Killer, huh?
RZA has a comic
RZA?
coming out. Yeah. Actually, you put it out a little while ago. I actually found an autographed copy that I just picked up online. So
Nice.
How much you pay for that?
$12.
For an autographed RZA copy?
I know. It was at Midtown Comics. He had a signing at the place, and then I just happened to come
He
across
must
it.
have signed just hundreds.
It was just,
of
I
them.
mean, it's probably just a quick little initials, nothing spectacular, but still.
Hey, do not disrespect RZA that way. I'm sure he put love into every signature.
I mean, the thing is, I'm still going to read the comic is the like, even as its
Right.
signature.
That's
$12
good.
bucks
Yeah,
for
fuck it.
RZA's $12 for RZA's autograph on anything RZA, for that matter, is pretty fucking amazing.
I
That's
bet
a good
I would buy
there.
any Wu-Tang comic. Honestly.
Me too.
And I'm sure they've done other ones.
They've had to.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I'm
this
trying
was,
to
because they
collect
were
Wu-Tang
comic book
action
fans.
figures right now.
oh yeah, again and again.
I got the old dirty bastard, and have to get Bobby Digital next.
Nice.
Yeah. I just saw, oh shit, who was it? It was Sid Vicious and Johnny Rotten.
Oh, nice.
Little, kind of like the G.I. Joe style. Old, not old school G.I. Joe, but like the 3.5 inch ones.
Like
not
the
not
Star
the Barbie,
Wars,
not the
like-
Barbie doll. Yeah, exactly.
Like the Star Wars
Like
figures.
the reaction figures.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have
Alright,
I like all the metal ones too, like Eddie or is it Milo from Descendants? That's not
I
metal.
want to
That's
get the
punk.
Crimson Ghost. from the
Eddie, you mean
Misfits.
like Eddie
Yeah.
Vedder?
Eddie from
Eddie
Iron
Vedder?
Maiden.
No, Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He's
got
like the fucking mascot.
I got you. You were gonna tell me something earlier. We were kind of talking about your upcoming tour that we've been planning.
Yeah.
On top of shooting a documentary during that time about the tour.
Yeah.
What were you gonna tell me?
Well, Ivan Two Bulls he has Two Bulls Tattoo in Mills, Wyoming out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's jumping on the tour with us.
Doing tattoos or
He wants to tattoo, but he said he's willing to help, with whatever, but tattoo when he can.
I got you. Well, yeah, you should set up and do like flash art during the concerts. So like somebody can that would be dope. Set up a little booth during the show. Only do flash art though. You know what I mean? Like 10-minute tattoos.
If we can legally do that, and with the whole, I mean, I see this. I mean, we could probably do it
As
but
long as we
long
curtained
it's-
off the area and it was like sanitary in there.
COVID has probably fucked up so much of that shit.
No.
Yes.
Not now.
Yes, now it doesn't matter. It's changed things forever.
If that was a problem, then we wouldn't be able to do the show at all.
Well, it's like tattoo conventions. If you think about it, it's like
Yeah.
a big floor, right? At a
And they're still
hotel.
doing those.
And there's just curtains up between people.
It's Coitons.
Yeah.
No different.
I'm saying.
So I mean,
all I'm saying is you got to do
he could
your
put up
homework.
A little thing.
Yeah.
You got to be 100% prepared for.
So this tour is going to be what did we say? Comic Zone. The Comic
Why
Zone.
we're still at the.
This tour will be the Comic Zone presents. And is it?
Did we lose him?
Are you there?
Hello.
Oh.
Well, you like faded up.
I'm here.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so who all are we gonna have on the tour as far as like sets?
Our artists so far. I mean, we might not get the big headliner like we were looking for. We're not sure. Not sure if we're going to, but for sure, MC Viruz, Big Murda, maybe Static G. But I don't know. We're looking at maybe Insane Poetry. We're not exactly sure yet. It's subject to change. We still got a lot of time between now and then.
Yeah.
So once I can solidify a crew and we can figure out what we can do with how many people, it'll be cherry. But we do have a show that is booked for sure on October 13th, Friday, October 13th at the Eagles Lodge there, downtown Casper.
Yep. That's part of the, probably near the end of the tour.
At the beginning, actually.
Is it? Because I thought we were, well, kind of in the middle, because it'd be like the third or fourth show, right?
So we had to change some stuff. So you guys are going to travel from New Mexico on the 10th and come here and be here the night of the 10th. So the next day we'll have rehearsal. And the first day we'll be in Salt Lake City after that, after the rehearsal day. So it's Thursday, October 12th. Salt Lake City, Friday, October 13th, Casper, Wyoming. Saturday, October 14th, Gillette, Wyoming. Sunday and Monday there of October isn't set for anything. Tuesday, October 17th, Denver, Colorado, Herman's Hideaway. Wednesday, October 18th, Colorado Springs Theater. Thursday, October 19th, Farmington, New Mexico, Juggernaut. Friday, October 20th, Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Launch Pad. And Sunday, October 21st in El Paso, Texas. And that's the last day.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Got to send us that list. We'll put it on the website too.
And
Word.
we'll put that up, and then we'll, as soon as tickets are available, we will let you know.
Yeah.
And we're on the ComixZone.com. Dude, that's going to be the shit. We're going to shoot a little fucking documentary. We'll probably use some, maybe some of this podcast, but I'm not sure. We haven't talked a lot about, like you said, we still got a lot of time between now and then.
Stuff.
But definitely,
there's still a few other people we're trying to talk to and solidify something cool.
Yeah.
But this show is going to be, this is going to be the best show I've ever done in my career.
Nice.
Yeah, he's working on
right
a really sick stage setup. I'm not going to say too much about what it is or what it looks like, but from what I've seen, it's fucking, he's really going all out on it. It's going to be cool as shit. The stage setup.
Nice.
So somebody's got to get a moving tattoo. While we're driving, Ivan's going to tattoo somebody while we're going in traffic.
On the butt? Well, that'll be me, dude. I'll do it.
So you have to take a chance. You might get pricked a little hard here and there, get a little fucked up or something.
Dude, I've had some really brutal tattoos that hurt so fuck. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'll have to get a road tattoo.
Your artist had an epileptic fit while giving you a tattoo.
No, it's my stepdad, and he just wasn't very practiced, we'll say.
Yeah.
And he was really nervous, and let's just say it was not the most comfortable. It's lucky it was a small one. So this one that says nerd right here, I mean, it felt like I was being sliced with razor blades, but it did turn out really nice. It just hurt so fucking bad, like one of the worst ones I've ever got.
Yeah.
And I got quite a few.
I got Dr. Doom on my shin.
Yeah, you got Dr. Doom.
Nice. So do you think we're going to see him in Quantum Mania?
No.
See Dr. Doom in Quantum Mania?
Yeah. Because he's so associated with Kang. They're teasing him so much. You know, the nerddom wants to see him in a movie, a good representation so bad. I know I do. And
who would you pick? Who would
Galactus
play him?
And Silver Surfer are absolutely needed.
All right, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Who plays a good Doom? Like, really think about it. Who is your pick as far as actors go to play Dr. Doom and to play him properly and put off the proper air that he deserves? Because when it comes to Doom, you could easily make a suit that looks badass and it looks fine. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
It's finding the guy that has the
charisma,
the personality, charisma,
the motif.
Because a lot of his power comes from his commanding presence.
Absolutely, his balls.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really? Are you?
No,
that's
what if
your
we just
pick?
got Quentin Tarantino? Quentin Tarantino to play
Quentin
Doc-
Tarantino is
Across
Doctor
the
Doom.
world, okay?
He started talking about movies.
or
I
music.
had to stop you right there.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
Oh my god! Is that okay? No. I would love that. Just
Even just a college
even if it
humor
was
video.
ba-
Yeah.
it'd be so bad. Yeah,
If he's like in the play
that would
they
be
do
a
in
great.
the Thor movies with Matt Damon, like the little play
Yeah.
that they do in front of everybody. And he just plays the Doctor Doom.
Okay.
He'd be Doctor Doom, but he'd
Okay,
be talking.
I'm going to choke you, and I'm going to knock you out while I'm choking you.
Yeah, okay.
Don't panic.
Okay.
Okay.
He'd be talking about how he casted Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction. Be like, "You're not Quentin Tarantino."
I think Leonardo DiCaprio would do good though.
Maybe Brad Pitt is Doctor Doom.
Maybe. I don't know. I like him as a crazy bad guy. Like 12 Monkeys or
But
California with a
he
K.
could put off that godly, like, god complex air. If Tom Cruise
Tom Cruise.
Tom
is
Cruise
Doctor
could do
Doom.
it.
I bet he could pull it off, but I don't think he'd want to be the good guy. I think his ego wouldn't
Yeah.
let him be the. I don't
No,
know,
I
man.
bet he'd be the bad guy. He'd be fine.
I think he could probably do it.
No, he'd be a badass Doctor Doom.
I think he'd pull it off. It would be like the moment that the first bad guy he really plays, and he just slays it.
Oh my god! What? Yeah, like, dude, that's the one. It's Tom Cruise is Doctor Doom. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't know. It depends on who's going to be your Sue Storm and all this, because there was almost a thing with
No,
Sue
Jessica
Storm
Alba.
and
Jessica
Victor-
Alba comes.
Oh
back.
yeah, there was. I just read Secret War, the newer version, not the old one, and yeah, that was actually really good. So we probably need to do an episode just on the Secret War. I think it was the 20
Invasion.
No, I'm talking Secret War.
No, Secret Wars.
Secret War is.
So this is like So they basically this is like a retcon.
they're
where
doing a show.
eventually. That's like the phase. Well, this is phase 5, and it's like phase 6, or my numbers are probably all fucked up.
Oh, so like in a year from now, you mean?
2 or 3 years. Yeah.
You're planning episodes.
No, they announced it. They announced that there's.
Oh, you want to talk about
a
it?
secret invasion, but I'm talking about specifically the comic itself.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where Doctor Doom basically saves the universe.
Well, okay. That's the third Secret War. Just to be clear.
You're right.
Just to be clear, because you had the original Secret War, with the Beyonder,
And that's where we get the original black suit from Venom.
Yep.
That becomes Venom.
And then the second Secret War was when the Beyonder came to Earth, and that's when you get him in the zoot suit and the pimp suit, and then he's like fucking the hookers and shit. That
Suits
is
are fucking ugly.
that, huh?
Zoot suits are like the most gaudy.
Well, it's not a zoot suit. He's
I know.
wearing like an '80s.
More pimp suit. The zoot
it's like
suit
a
had like
print-
this super long chain that like almost drugged to the ground, and it
Zoot
was
suits are dope.
Zoot suits is like Chicano culture. That's
Yeah,
where
I think-
that really comes from.
I think you got to
And
be
that's-
Latino to pull that shit
and
off.
That's where like
A cracker
that
like
really
me can't do
came-
that. No.
Like you could pull it. Like that was the first part of it before the Chicano culture went to like the high socks and the Dickie shorts and shit like that. That was like the first part of that.
Yeah, and like
But
the zoot
it-
suit
it-
riots. That's where I think that's where
Yeah.
people got it kind of popularized from.
Well, yeah, like that was when people just started sporting it. You know what I mean? There's always something that people take and make kind of fashionable at a moment in time, and then it gets unfashionable. You know what I mean?
Because like ska music,
Yeah.
popular for a part, and then becomes really gaudy. Because it's the point of it is.
Yeah.
I don't,
And ska music, I don't hate it. I can enjoy it to a certain extent, but I'm not like it's like 1999 no more though.
yeah.
When I think about
97.
zoot suits, I think about that Tom and Jerry episode where he like puts he like cuts his suit out of the like curtains
It makes
and then like sews it together, throws a hanger in the shoulders to tighten them up and put the real broad shoulders on the suit.
So there was a song, I think it was like during like one of the swing revivals, and why I think of ska music, because it was popularized after ska was kind of popular, but they had a song, Zoot Suit Riot.
Yeah.
And
The
all
Cherry
the,
Poppin' Daddies.
yeah, was it Cherry Poppin' Daddies? Or was it, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a solid song, but
Throw
like
back a bottle of beer.
all like the just like the Johnny Come Latelys were thinking anything they wore with a fedora then became a zoot suit. And it's like no,
Was that the band that played in the Mask movie during the scene
Yeah,
that you
I think
know
so.
what I'm talking about?
I think so. In the club scene where he's
Yeah.
and dude, how hot was fucking Cameron Diaz in that movie? Motherfucker.
probably in her prime.
She was so hot.
Yes, he was.
So hot.
Want to touch the hind?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hot.
That Veronica Vaughn.
Yeah, zoot suits.
Awkward silence.
So who else would be a good
Sorry,
Doctor
I
Doom?
I don't know. I
No,
think
you
they have to
you
have
didn't
good
even pick
chemistry
one,
with-
Bill.
Oh, I said Tarantino.
No, a serious one.
Lawrence Fishburne. Fishborn.
Fishborn.
He's already somebody
Fishbone.
in the MCU though.
I'm just
Who's
thinking like
who's
like a
Lawrence?
strong black
No, who's Lawrence Fishburne?
Matrix.
Morpheus.
Yes.
No, he did. He was the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic
Also
Four shit.
in the last Ant-Man movie,
Yeah, can't use him.
Giant Man.
Was he? Oh yeah.
I'm just thinking of somebody that has a lot of charisma. I like the.
All right. Morgan Freeman is.
See, but
Dr. Doom.
he's too old. That's
He's too
the
old.
problem. Is
If we're gonna do that, I'd say Jack Nicholson.
like a young Jack Nicholson.
Young Jack Nicholson is just Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, he's not fucking Doctor Doom though. We're not, dude. Come on, you guys aren't taking
Leonardo
this serious.
DiCaprio would pull that off.
He could do it. He could do
The
it.
way he was when he crushed
Senor
his hand on the
Candy, and
skull.
when he's a good bad guy. Senor Candy and Django. The D is silent.
I keep
The
thinking of him
lies
as.
told at this table tonight.
Yeah.
I like him in more like Basketball Diaries, or
Gilbert Grape.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Basketball Diaries.
Yeah, that's
That was a
Jim.
good one. That was good.
It's a heroin movie.
Oh,
about
I
Jim
was thinking
Carroll.
Love and Basketball. That's a different movie.
But Basketball Diaries it's a tragedy because it's about heroin, so it always ends badly. But it's a solid movie because it's by the author Jim Carroll. Am I getting that right? He's kind of a very profound writer poet, like in the kind of the Hunter S. Thompson school, or the the laureates of lowlifes, Bukowski, or who wrote Naked Lunch. I had his name on the tip of my tongue, but anyways.
Virus, he's a big fucking Hunter S. Thompson fan.
I have a few tattoos.
I actually found this guy it's
for the comic book.
Yeah, it was apparently a series, but it's a comic book version of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I got him the first issue. And it does maybe the first third of the movie or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how long the series is, but it was a pretty thick comic, and the art style is really great. And it was in black and white, wasn't it?
Yep.
But you can get digital versions of it in color, and probably like I would imagine the graphic novel is in color, maybe.
I almost met
Either
saw
way.
Hunter S. Thompson once.
Either way, the art style is really
that's tight.
great.
Yeah.
What?
So I saw Hunter S. Thompson once.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of a fish story, but I was living in Durango at the time, and we just dropped some acid, and we were at City Market, just I don't know for what reason, probably picking something up, hoping that girls, whatever,
Grocery store.
And in the deli, there he was sitting.
And you're sure of this? You weren't just tripping balls?
There was some guy just buzzing around him like a fly while he was just trying to eat his sandwich.
What?
And just wouldn't leave him alone. We're in the produce department, and we see him over there just sitting. At the same time, one of our other friends was picking up like a bottle of fucking Snapple or something, drops it, and as anybody who's high as fuck would do, what do? You fucking run. We didn't leave the store. We just ran to a different place because we're high as fuck. Mm-hmm. And later, as we're checking out, my friend says, I think that's Hunter S. Thompson over there. Should we go say something? And I look at him and I'm like, no, did you see those fucking oranges?
We can't go to him. This is bad country.
Exactly. So to
your
point, I really don't know if he was really there or not.
I bet you
But
would.
Well,
that
he did
story-
live in Aspen.
He did, yeah. And it was around the same time. He was alive. He was in
Okay.
Aspen. I was in Durango. So it fits.
But what a time to run into him when you're tripping balls and to see Hunter S. Thompson. I mean, that's kind of the odds.
Yeah. I mean, well, the craziest shit happens when you
I wouldn't
trip.
believe it.
Whether the
Yeah, he's
weirdest
not.
things
He's
just
not really.
happen.
Especially MC Viruz. You would never. He would never. Like if you saw Hunter S. Thompson, you'd be like, "Oh, that's not him. I'm tripping."
No, that's
Especially after eating acid. I'm not trying to.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm literally tripping. That's not
But I
him.
don't want to end up looking very long either. Like
It's probably
Your
just
eyes are
some
fucked
dude
up there,
that you
it's not
thought
very
looked
long.
like him, but you were just.
he's just some bald weaselly looking guy. It's not.
So
You know.
the one time I ate
with a
acid.
cigarette holder.
Yeah.
The one time I ate acid, and I've tripped balls on mushrooms a lot of times, but the one time I took acid, I didn't take a lot. And then I watched this YouTube video about this guy who drops a lot of acid, and then it's like an experiment almost. But this dude drops acid. They go to this monster truck show.
Oh yeah, Vice.
It's the funniest
Vice
shit
shows.
ever.
Yeah.
So this dude's tripping balls, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you're also gonna be interviewing like the drivers and stuff. Also, you're gonna follow around the curator of the event." So this lady who has no idea this dude is tripping balls, she's taking him around. Showing him all the different shit, and there's and that part's hilarious because he's trying to act normal while this lady shows him around. The funniest part is him like interviewing this driver. They have this fold-up table in between them. Instead of walking around the table and just standing next to the guy like you would for an interview, and just like kind of, he leans awkwardly over the table to like and asking this guy the most worthless fucking questions ever. The driver's like, "What the fuck is going
What are
on?"
you doing to me?
And he's trying to act normal. And then they actually get to where he's like watching the shit, and he's like looking around, and everybody's cheering, "Woo!" And it's like clearly the weirdest shit ever because he's not like a monster truck fan. And he's like full on like peeking at this point. And then like the school bus monster truck rolls out. And then there's like a one that's like a dog, like in Dumb and Dumber. Like it has the floppy ears and shit. And he's like, "What the fuck?" Like you could tell, like, am I really seeing a fucking dog truck?
Are you tilting the room? Neither am I.
So fucking funny, dude. It's one of the funniest videos ever. And the way he describes the sound, it's ripping. And then he's like looking around, and everybody's like cheering and like losing their minds. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Some of the best shit ever. And then watching that while I was tripping, even better.
So
You ate acid to watch that?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So one of the first times I saw the episode of The Simpsons where Homer was tripping, I was tripping.
Oh, nice.
The second time I saw it was a completely different experience. I was confused why he wasn't hallucinating the whole episode. Because I was hallucinating the whole episode.
Nice. Well, I've done that before.
I think that show does a lot of different drugs just like that. They'll make somebody, or they don't make them, but somebody will take drugs and they'll be put in a situation.
Didn't they do the DMT episode too with the frogs? Like all the kids were licking the frogs.
I remember that on
I don't
Beavis and
remember.
Butthead.
I'm pretty sure they did another one, but I don't remember which
Was that on
one.
Beavis and Butthead?
Well, the movie Beavis and Butthead, they stuck frogs in their mouth, and that's when they got the hallucination scene.
In the desert, yeah.
Yeah.
When they met their
I
dads.
think that was Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might wonder, why is the wood so hard when they're in the the petrified wood exhibit?
Cavity search don't stop till you reach the back of their teeth.
Dude, that's such a great movie. I heard the new one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, it's not bad.
I listened to a podcast recently with Mike Judge, and he seems like a pretty cool dude. Like you could like just kind of chill and talk to that guy, and he's not like his own ass or anything.
I just seen Office Space for the first time, and I don't know how long, and
What?
I forgot.
Oh, I thought you meant for the first time. I was like, shut the fuck up.
That's my stapler.
No, for the first time in a long time. And
Yeah,
I
if they
forgot
take
that
my
Mike
stapler,
Judge-
Burn this place down.
I'm gonna
Mike
burn this
Judge
place to the ground.
Plays the Tchotchke's boss.
Oh yeah.
We need to talk about your
Yeah,
flair.
yeah,
He's
can we
pretty
talk
much the
about
same
your-
character?
I'm wearing the
He's
minimum
the
amount
same
of flair
character as
required.
Mr. Van Driesen.
He's look at Becky over there. She's got, or no, what's his name? That dude. He's got like hundreds of pieces of
Kyle
flair.
or something.
He's going above and beyond. Dude,
He's doing
Jane
the Mr. Van
Aniston.
Driesen voice.
that's one of the best movies ever. Like such a good movie.
Seeing him with those glasses and that hair, he was the live action Mr. Van Driesen, the Beavis and Butthead's teacher.
Who is boss?
Yeah, that was Mike Judge.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
The guy that played like
I think I remember hearing that now that you said that.
Mike Judge made the movie, bro.
Well, I know that, but what do you mean? Mike Judge was his boss? What do you mean?
Mike Judge was the Tchotchke's boss.
Oh yeah, okay. I got you.
And the glasses and the blonde hair that he has, he
I
totally
thought you
looks
meant
like
the-
the live version of Mr. Van Driesen from the Beavis and Butthead show.
I got you.
Now, Beavis.
Now, Beavis, you can come and share your experiences with us. It's like a white Michael Jackson.
I heard
Michael Jackson.
it is kind of like a white Michael Jackson. I heard he's planning on doing new seasons of Beavis and Butthead too.
He has been.
Is it already out?
Paramount. Yeah. they're
How come
pretty
you don't
good.
ever hear about this shit?
You don't have Paramount, I
do.
guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I know, but you don't ever see like commercials or like ads.
because people don't advertise like that the way they used
I
to.
see. That's how I heard about it was ads.
Well, no.
Actually,
Really?
that's how I heard about it.
That's how
It
I
came
hear.
out like a year ago, 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it's that.
Yes.
It's been around that long.
So he was doing the episodes before the new movie? Because the new
No.
movie just came out a couple months ago.
No, it
It's
came
been
out
out a
like
while.
last year.
yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Well, it had to have been last year if it was a couple months ago because we're only in February.
That's fair enough.
Checkmate. Win. I'm gonna IMDb it right now.
Always coming at me with facts and shit, bro.
We just make stuff up on the show, don't you know?
Why are you whipping a fucking bat, a bat around? I wish
don't
we could
know.
get this video on the YouTube video.
Well, there's if I would have known, I could have. There's a few
You
different
knew.
ways.
You knew.
No,
Don't act
no, I
like you didn't know.
He showed up today. Oh yeah, we're calling MC Virus.
Yeah,
up.
I did. I walked in
All
the
right,
door.
cool.
By the way,
That's awesome. We needed a third, but
dude, these episodes
or
are
I
the
need like
best.
just a still photo of him like picking his nose or flipping us off, just in the corner for a little.
I think
blurb.
we should get it like that. Like him in the shower.
Okay, I'm gonna
Just
stop you right there.
Huh? No, you never been in the shower with a man
What
and watch the
what
suds run down the crack of his ass.
what kind of podcast are you guys trying to do here?
Hey, we need to spice up our ratings. We're desperate at this point in time to get listeners.
Yep.
Anything it takes.
So on that
I'm gonna
note,
put my
Bill
wiener
will
on
be
TV.
dropping his OnlyFans link.
Wow.
He's doing foot fetish videos. He will wax his toes. I talked him into it.
Clown
20
porn and malt milkshakes.
So Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe 2022. I'm looking
Yep.
for a month.
So I bet you it was less than 7 months ago,
Less than 7 months?
or at least
It was
7
last
months.
year. I was still working on
Come on,
Poker
Bill. It
Face,
don't
the thing
take that
came
long,
out.
bro.
It does. IMDb just wants to shove their shit down your throat rather than the information you're
I'm
looking
gonna
for.
shove my shit down your throat. You
Yeah,
hurry up.
fans only, by the way, if you want to see the full video.
Yeah, yep.
Only
OnlyFans, not fans only.
whatever. Yeah.
He that's the Wish version. Like, so we're cheap. We didn't want to pay the sub fee, so we're on fans only.
That's right. You get an extra 10 seconds for free. It doesn't say.
What it says?
No, it doesn't. It
killing
just says
me.
2022. So I'm going to El Google.
It's got to be a month. Just look up Beavis and Butthead. Do the universe.
I know how to
release
Google.
date.
I know how to Google. June 2nd
June 2nd.
was
So
when
how
the
many
trailer released. Okay.
months?
July.
for the Paramount shows or the movie.
I'm just looking at the movie.
All right, so that was like 8 months ago, 9 months ago.
June.
Last year.
Yeah, so I was
The
close.
film was announced February.
Can we all just agree
2021.
that I was close enough and
No.
that I was right?
Never.
Like, that's the point, is that I was right.
Okay, that's what we're taking from this conversation.
Yep. I'm actually pretty stoked to go see this movie tomorrow. And then who are we gonna bring on to talk about it with us? Sean again, or
Well,
what?
Sean, see if me and Chelsea or Vince wants to join in. I don't know. See if there's any other.
Have us a foursome?
Yeah.
I love a foursome. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nobody gets left out in a
Yeah,
foursome.
There's always an empty slot for somebody.
If you have it with midgets, it's like a twosome.
Well,
Or if
yeah,
you have it with midgets,
yeah,
it's like
four midgets. It's just a fucking regular menage.
You just stack them on top of each other.
You just
To the
stand
height
on
you
each
like.
other's. Yeah, they just jump on my shoulders. You know, and put on a trench coat. Then they're two normal people.
Yeah. There you go.
Like those cartoons. You know how like the one midget jumps, or the short. Is it? Can you say midget? Can we say midget?
Probably not, but go ahead.
Little people. They just jump.
Willow.
They just jump on your shoulders. You put the trench coat on and then cut out the eye holes for the guy on the bottom, right? Or for real comedic effect, you leave out the eye holes and then you try to go opposite directions and, the slapstick
Yeah.
comedy route. Like he tries to go this way, I try to go that way, and then, but still the bank teller doesn't know like that it's because you're wearing the beard and the glasses and stuff too.
Like the Little Rascals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Buttweek sings.
This is a really, probably the best podcast in the world. I just want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
No, it's news
I've
to
heard.
me.
Huh?
I've heard.
You've heard?
I've heard good things.
Are you flipping nunchucks around?
No, the nunchucks are in my son's room.
Oh. I don't know if you knew this about MC Viruz, but he's really good with a bow staff. There's been a lot of gangs trying to recruit him because of that.
Because of his bow staff skills.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can take on at least 10 gang members at the same time. Like a Ninja Turtle or like Casey Jones. Would you be a Ninja Turtle or would you be Casey Jones?
Well, the turtles are going to live longer. The turtles.
Oh, we're okay. I think that's true. And then also, based on the Last Ronin, you're actually going to grow and get stronger the older you get.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to get
probably
bigger,
turtles.
stronger, and also you heal faster the older you get. So the mutation advances for the Ninja Turtles as they get older. Are they immortal?
So it's kind of like the Daft Punk song.
So if as long as you don't get straight murked, how old do you think one of the turtles could live to be?
200s.
Like 300.
Yeah,
300.
Easily.
4 or 5.
I mean, if you're looking at just like a regular, like the bigger turtles, yeah, they do live like 200-300 years.
Okay, so how old do you think he was in the Last Ronin?
Well, April was still alive.
Are we going off of the 1980s comic book?
No. Well, kind of. It's based on. It is part of that.
So if they were teenagers in 1980s,
Have you ever read The Last Ronin?
Yeah.
All of it. You read all of it?
I believe so.
There's 5 issues, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You read all of it?
Yeah.
We just don't
Okay.
spoil, but
Just tell me anyways.
How old was April?
she was still alive. So we're talking human age. So she couldn't have been.
Okay,
She probably had to have been like 50s or 60s. So if she was in her 20s,
he was less than 100 years old.
Yes.
Is the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have lived longer.
Well, yeah, and 200. I bet he could. Yeah, 300-400 years old. Because how long does a tortoise live? Those are some
Tortoise.
of the. Huh?
I'm kidding. I don't know. I think is a tortoise different than a turtle though?
Well, yeah, but still.
Just by size.
But, I mean, we're not getting too scientific. I mean, you could just say, hey, what do you got there?
Fake.
Tortoise. I like that. I'm gonna have to rhyme with something.
Well, tortoise is a
Tortoise.
like, tortoise is like a sea turtle, right?
Right.
But those guys live to be like 500-600 years old, don't they?
I'm Googling it.
The oldest one was like
The lifespan of a
400.
turtle or tortoise is highly dependent on the species. Some species only live 10 to 20 years in captivity. Oh, captivity.
Yeah, but sea turtles.
While others can live up to 150 years. So I figure with the mutation, we are looking at...
Dude, I've heard of sea turtles that live way longer than that, though.
Again, it says, depending, this is probably an average, and this is...
Look up oldest sea
this
turtle.
Is from petsmed.com.
Look up oldest.
Can turtles live up to 500 years?
Okay,
Damn.
look up this.
500 years?
Well, this is the question.
Yeah.
So I just Googled how long do turtles live.
Look up.
People also ask, can turtles live up to 500 years? Lifespan can be up to 150 years or more.
Look this up. Look up the longest living species.
Some estimated, however, have large turtles may be able to live 400 to 500 years. Exclamation point.
I think another one is like shark.
Yeah.
Like some of those older sharks, they can live to be. Look up. Look up the longest living species on the planet. Like longest lifespan.
Trilobites.
Huh?
Bacteria.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. No, I bet those are quicker. But it depends. Like,
Okay, so it's creepy. It says, what life forms live on your skin? Well, I'm trying to type it in.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know this.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Oh, come on. The guy that doesn't like horror movies. You tell me all this nasty stuff. Now I can't sleep.
That's why I don't like horror movies. The longest living creatures in the world. Okay. Do. Loading. You spin me right round, baby, right.
I think one of them's a shark.
And a picture of a jellyfish. So apparently not having a brain makes you live longer.
That makes sense.
Frontal lobotomy. Bottle in front of me. Oh, what the hell? Come on. Ah. They want to give you your ads.
Need to set up an ad blocker.
No, it's making a slideshow instead of lobsters.
Lobsters live?
It's just showing me pictures. It's not giving me any.
All right.
See, this is why I do prep time. Not
point is that tortoises live to be like 500 years old. Sea turtles and shit can live to be a really fucking old.
I mean, how do you really know? I mean, how do you look at a turtle?
We're talking about not only
what's your birthday?
We're not talking about like a sea turtle, a normal ass turtle or tortoise or whatever the fuck. We're talking a superhuman mutated tortoise. So maybe he could live to be 1,000 years old, or as long as he wants, as long as he doesn't get. And like we said, the mutation gets stronger the older he gets. So maybe eventually, if he lives long enough, like Anne Rice's vampires, the longer they live, the more powerful they get, and the longer, like, to the point to where they can't die and shit.
Yeah.
So you're weak. The younger vampire you are, the weaker you are. So maybe it's the same for a Ninja Turtle.
A mutated turtle.
Mutated turtle. Well, you know what I mean.
I don't know if I'd rather be the turtle or Casey Jones, because if I'm the turtle, I can't have sex with women.
You could.
But I'd live longer, but I'd be giving up sex with human women.
Yeah, but maybe you won't have that urge if you're a turtle. Like if you're born as a turtle, but they all seem to want to bang April, don't they?
But they keep ending in the friend zone.
Oh, sure.
You see that Oprah interview with the Ninja Turtles? Like, the Ninja Turtles are going on like live concert shows and shit like that, and they did a thing on Oprah, and Oprah asked a question like, if
I think I remember this.
If she was dating anybody, and one of the Ninja Turtles was like, "Yeah, I don't know. We try to talk her into interspecies relationships, but she's just not into it." These little kids there, their eyes are all big. Like,
I remember. Yeah, the two.
Think about that.
It's got the two kids with their Ninja Turtle shirts, and they're like,
man.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I want to make a T-shirt of those kids' face. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Or
in their turtle shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Mommy, what is interspecies sexual relations?
Bestiality. But as far as you can tell, they don't even. Huh?
Did you ever go to any of those live shows as a kid?
Fuck no. I went to Sesame Street when I was a little kid. And
I was on Sesame Street here when I was a kid.
According to my mom, during the live show, Big Bird's head fell off and shit, and he like danced off stage with no head. Freaked all the kids out. He came dancing back on with his head on, and they just...
Was that Casper or Niagara Falls?
I think it was in Casper.
I seen the Power Rangers in 1993.
You know what we need to do when this tour kicks off?
What? Just like Power Rangers?
No. If Casa Bonita... Well, we should maybe dress like Power Rangers, but...
And go to Casa Bonita's?
Well, if that place is open by then, we should hit it as part... Like, while we're... Because we're going to go to Denver, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to be playing Herman.
Are we going to do Denver after Casper? Either way, as we pass through Cheyenne... Unless we're doing a Cheyenne show.
As we get booked in Cheyenne. You have the tour dates if you look at your Google Docs.
Well, I know that, but I don't have it up right now, and I got you on the call. Right. Either way, we got to stop at Casa Bonita and eat there.
I'm down. Hopefully the food's better than it historically is.
Probably.
I heard it. I heard good things.
I bet you
He's
it's
pretty
way
tight.
better.
I hope so. Casa Bonita.
Oh yeah, you just went on a trip. What happened on that? Where'd you go?
We went to Las Vegas.
How was that?
It was fun. I knew this beforehand, but I don't like gambling. I don't like losing money.
I don't either.
But I did discover I did like playing craps on the very last day I was there.
Craps is fun.
And I just play the field because everything else is way too fucking complicated.
Yeah. Well, dude, I went to
Went to Meow Wolf, which
Again?
is the Las Vegas
what
one.
did I call that before? Monkey cat.
Monkey Cat. So I
We
mean,
have
just
the
a
first one here in New Mexico.
yeah, I want to go to that one. That's next on my list. Is
I want to go to that
Santa
when
Fe?
when
Is
we
it right
start
or
the
no?
tour. If we start in New Mexico,
We end.
all right. Well, I want to go to that at the end of the tour too. Like around this fucking tour, I want to like see like some cool shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's Roswell compared to?
That's the idea. It's looking like just an I-25 tour.
Yeah.
Casper.
It's gonna be a
El
dope ass
Paso.
fucking show, no matter who's there. We've been back on forth on who's like gonna be there, who's gonna be playing what dates.
Yeah.
But we got time. We'll get it locked down. I'll be hosting every show. We'll be filming podcasts on the road. Bill will be on at least on the line with us for most of them. When we get here in Casper, we will set up a booth. At some point, do a podcast for the show, and gather even more content for the documentary. You gonna help me on the doc?
Yeah, what do you need?
I want to set up interviews with.
So this is the first I'm hearing of all of this too.
It's true, but
But I'm in. I'm
You
in.
haven't
Like
told them
Flint.
about the documentary yet?
huh?
Just a little bit.
Have you
But
told them?
No. Well, I
Oh.
mean, we've been between me and you been working out the finer details, and this is kind of the first time we've talked about it publicly. And I didn't want to run anything past Bill before we had anything figured out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when we came up with the documentary idea, I was super hammered one night. Like just super drunk, and this guy calls me and we were just like vibing that night. And I'm like, you know what? We're talking about this tour. We're talking about hosting. We're talking about like what we're gonna do. And I was like, you know what we should do? And I got the Kanye documentary in my brain because I had just watched it. And I'm like, bro, we're making a document. I'm like so gung ho and shit. I don't know how to make a documentary, but we're gonna make one, and I think it's gonna be good, dude. Because I think it's been a month or two since we talked about it, right?
Well, what was crazy is right after you said that, earlier that day, Louis, our camera,
Yes.
cinematographer, Louis wanted to do the same thing, and he said the same thing to me that day.
Yeah.
And
So
then when I talked to you later that night, you said the same thing. That was
and
seems like it was meant to be.
Louis is a great cinematographer. He's great as far as filming. So we kind of have the trifecta. Right now, I'll be doing all the interviews and narrate the doc. We'll gather content like during the tour, as far as like getting interviews from fans like during the show.
so what are you documenting?
We're documenting MC Viruz, and then just this tour in particular, we'll get into his past as far as like getting into music and like leading up to the tour, and then just get like while we're on the road. So what I picture is like getting interviews with people that are on the tour or people that know him while we're on the tour bus, so like you can see the road passing by behind them through the window as I like interview them.
So because you need mixes of all those different shots.
Well,
and
yeah,
then
exactly.
You need that, like the B-roll, and then the.
We'll get that.
Yeah.
We'll get that. We'll get interviews with people like during the shows or like during or after or before. So like fans, and then also people will have stuff from like the podcast here and shit. You know what I mean? So we'll get mixes of different, like you were saying, like different mixes of interview.
And then you got to get the weird, like, off-camera stuff where the boom comes down to hit somebody in the head.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
sure.
they stand up awkwardly with the lapel mic.
Dude
and
all
it
does
pulls
the bump off of his hand, like, you know.
Yeah.
You weren't recording, were you?
We're going to edit that out in post, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, keep going. Awesome. Perfect. Keep going.
Yeah. No,
Can
yeah,
you-
but
can you
like
face off?
it's gonna be in. Like for some reason, I picture a lot of the doc being in like black and white, and just different mixes of audio and visual, and just like higher quality, and then like lesser quality, like you know what I mean, just like mix of that, and then hopefully bring it all together, give the MC Virus story and what led up to this current tour. You know what I mean? And then just like show the tour from beginning to end. And then yeah, I mean
Fear and Loathing on I-25.
something like that. Maybe not.
That's tight.
That would be tight.
That's your working title.
Working title. There you go.
Right. So like Star Wars was Blue Harvest.
I'm using it. That's
That's your you know what I mean, right? Is that the working title?
Yeah. I think
Blue Harvest
It's
was
like
the name of the script before, so they didn't give away what was being filmed.
yeah. It's like it's the code name for it.
Yeah. Dude, I never knew that. I just learned something new.
I've used it more as like when
And I've always heard the name working title.
it doesn't always have to be code name. Like when I'm writing a story for like our websites or blogs or whatever, I'll have like a working title like best bathrooms in Casper or some bullshit like that.
And then you
then at the
give it a
end,
better title.
once I have everything gathered, I make sure my title fits what I'm talking about.
So your
and
working
it's-
title is just kind of a baseline.
Yeah. So where I'm, it's like, hey, like we'll do it with our episodes
Yeah.
too. We'll be like, hey, this is the Kang episode.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
I think we need to use that name.
What?
The Fear and Loathing on I-25.
I
That
think
might
it's-
even work for the tour.
I think it's pretty
That is a pretty good name. That is a good tour name. Fear and Loathing.
We're gonna have
We're just outside of Chugwater when the drugs kicked in.
to,
Or you start off every tour and you change the name of the town based on where you are. Like some
Right.
obscure New Mexico town.
So we on our samples, like on the set, we can fucking put every city we play into the
Dude,
intro.
that's a fucking great idea. We can't stop here. This is
Yeah.
This is UFO
This is-
country.
Denver,
whatever
Colorado.
or whatever
This is jackalope country.
or whatever county it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
whatever county we're in
Right.
or city. You could.
The name of this tour is always gonna push me to do bad things, maybe though, because I'm trying to stay.
Yeah, we don't want
Sober.
to, bro. And that's what I told this motherfucker. This time, I want to be fucking sober. God damn it! Last
There'll be
time,
one night I probably set off. I'll one night, but it
Well-
ain't gonna be most of the
well,
night.
listen,
I don't like to perform hungover.
last time you like to perform hungover.
Do not.
I don't like to perform hungover.
No, who the fuck would?
I don't know. There's people that do it all the time, though.
Last time we did I got hired on as a host for a festival we did. I did so much cocaine one night that I could not, I got on stage and I was supposed to host this festival. I walked on stage and froze.
This mic is working. I'm done for the night.
Yeah, I froze. And you know the best part is some chick, it was dead silent. And I'm freaking out and I'm like looking over at everybody and I'm high as fuck. And I go, or no, this chick goes, oh, he froze up.
I didn't hear that.
She, like, I heard her shit. It was nobody else made a noise, and she was like, she felt bad for me. So, like, the pity made it even worse. And I was like, I wanted to run off stage like Dave Chappelle, flopping my fucking arms and shit, like, ah. And then,
Like
and
Red
then,
in
and
Friday
then,
when he runs back to his car.
and then we were walking back with Haystack and shit, and this dude was like, hey, fucking good job up on stage, bro. He plays the... And I was like, I need to go home. Fuck this. I was, dude, that's maybe one of the most embarrassing nights I've ever had in my life. It was terrible. Don't do drugs.
Fine.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Don't do drugs. Don't do cocaine on this tour.
Listen, I was so confident I could do this. I'd never done a podcast. I'd never talked into a microphone. I'd never been on a stage before.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. No, true. I used to do.
That is why we even hit you up to do it in the first place. Because you called our wrestling shows.
Yeah, and I was good at that. But I didn't. I did so much cocaine.
I've never done coke intentionally.
It's pretty cool, but like
intentionally.
Also, you don't want to do that shit now, fentanyl, bro. Like, come on.
My stepbrother had a very bad habit of smoking everything, so I'm pretty sure I got contact high off of a cocaine binge night.
Crack. So that's crack.
That's different, though.
No. They were doing foilies. They were.
Yeah, it's crack.
That's crack.
And then, so they had cocaine, and then maybe they turned it into it. Wet it down with.
Well, yeah, if you're smoking it, it's crack, right?
Well, they bought cocaine and then
baking freebase,
and it's also freebasing cocaine. And then I also had the unpleasant experience of going through heroin withdrawals for the same reasons. I used to do foilies of H all the time.
Yeah. Who was this?
My stepbrother.
I never
jackass brother.
You were hanging out with him when he did.
I lived with him. I lived with him for 9 months. 9 months of higher education that I never would want to wish on anyone to see the true underbelly of what a heroin addiction really is.
The closest I ever got to doing like heroin was my brother and his buddy got these like pills that you had to microwave for a couple seconds so you could powder them up. It was basically like a pharmaceutical.
So they were taking away
heroin.
The time release of Oxycontin or whatever.
No, they were made so you couldn't crush them into a powder. So you had to like zap them with the microwave to make it so you could break it into a powder, and then you would sniff it. And I don't remember what pill it was, but it's basically synthetic heroin, come to find out. And we were walking down the fucking road. My brother is in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed to start with. When he got injured, he was paralyzed from the neck down. By that time, he had control of his arms for at least like 70% of function. And he's cruising along in his wheelchair. We're all high as fuck. And like every 15 steps I took, and this is Niagara Falls, Buffalo, New York. We're walking down the fucking... Dude, this place is fucking... Oh my God. So we're high as fuck. Walking along, every 15, 20 steps, I would stop and throw up. Just like water, because at the same time I'm like chugging water this whole time. You
can't hold it down?
Huh?
You can't keep it down?
No, I think I did too much. I think I did
too
much. The water? No, the fucking the drugs, man.
Your body's like, something's toxic. I need to get it out of me.
And then I'm so fucking high. And this is the worst part. It's like we get to this dude's house, right? Wherever the fuck we were going, my brother's like, oh, and it's fucking on the second story. So I'm like okay, I'm going to take my crippled ass brother, throw him over my shoulder. I'm going to throw him over my shoulder like a fireman, and I'm going to carry him up the stairs. And I made it, and I did it, and I almost fucking dropped his ass down the fucking stairs. And that was cool, bro. And we made it. But we got up there and kept partying, right? How the fuck is my fucked up ass gonna get his fucking crippled ass back down the stairs?
Let him roll. No.
I almost did
Almost
I was so fucked up, bro. Come on. But the best, getting him back down the stairs was like fine because we had many fucked up dudes there. So like with our fucked up powers combined,
You made one person, just like
we
the two
made
midgets
one.
stacking a shut.
Yeah, we made one functional person. We got him back down the stairs, got him back home. You know what I mean? And then he's staying with my mom and my stepdad and shit. So we get home and I'm like, I can't get him in bed. So I got to wake my mom and my stepdad up and shit. And they had to get him like in bed. It was like, so that's my like almost heroin story. That's like synthetic heroin story.
My
There's a name for
stepbrother.
that shit. I forgot the name of it.
I can't remember what the pills were, but they had
Oxycontin?
maybe, but it was all I know is you had to microwave the pills for like 10 seconds to make it like
Oxy fits the
Breakdown.
description, and
Yeah,
especially
you
as
had
far
to-
as the
you had to-
epidemic level of the prescription narcotics that were.
you had to do that to make it so you could like crush them and powder them up because they made them
Yeah.
that way on purpose so you couldn't be like doing them like a fucking retard like we were. By the way, we don't endorse any of this shit. This is me when I was a fucking dumb fucking kid in my 20s. Like, do not microwave pills and snort them up your nose.
Nah.
But definitely don't even be getting coke from your homeboy unless if you're doing coke, get like a testing kit. Make sure there is not fentanyl in that shit because dude, that is a motherfucking problem, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty nasty stuff. I ate a Suboxone one time not knowing how crazy it would fuck you up.
Is that what happened to DJ Home?
I don't know exactly what happened to him. I don't know him to really fuck with pills, so I'm not exactly sure.
No, but it's in all kinds of drugs now. You can get coke, and it can have a bunch of fentanyl in it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You cannot, almost can't even be
Yeah, it's not
fucking with coke these days because
It's not like the good old days.
well, I don't know what the good old days was because I've only done coke.
Well, I mean, doing drugs is dangerous. Don't get me wrong.
But yeah,
like,
but it's dangerous.
shit wasn't cut with dangerous.
Yeah,
shit like it
fentanyl
was
will
today.
fuck you up bad, bro. You know what I mean?
It's usually
yeah.
a downer, though.
I think they just put it in everything though.
Maybe it's
Nowadays.
super addictive that,
Yeah, it's just kind of in everything.
except for weed.
And it's like the tiniest little amount that will fucking kill you.
It's like micrograms.
Dude, I'm
or
telling you, yeah, it is a scary
All
amount.
I've seen like just like the cop shows where they shoot a bag of it and they're like, oh no, I'm overdosing because I walked into a cloud of it.
Like,
Wow.
That's the over dramatic side.
yeah. Well, there's that video of this cop, like, he like touches fentanyl supposedly and like goes into this whole seizure and it looks
It's
kind of
dangerous shit no matter how
well,
you break
either
it down,
yeah,
but
no matter what it literally takes the tiniest amount. And I think there was a seizure pretty recently of like coke or like some crazy
In
drug.
Casper or what?
Nah, like just a federal seizure, where they got they got all these drugs, but there was enough
epileptic.
There was enough fentanyl in the batch of drugs that they seized to kill the American population. Like,
wasn't that found here?
No, it was like a coastal thing, I think, but it was enough to kill the American population many times over. Like every person in the United States, there was enough fentanyl in this seizure of drugs to kill everyone over and over and over again in the United States. Because it's a tiny minuscule amount that it takes to kill you when it comes to fentanyl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty nasty stuff.
Dude, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And that's why I was wondering, and I'm not like trying to bring up or whatever. I didn't know him at all because like even when we shot that video, me and him did not like talk a lot, but I wonder if that's what got him, dude.
Well, we were known to party a lot. I mean, but nothing crazy. I won't go into super detail. But when he came here to shoot, he was definitely on something.
Yeah, well,
You know what I
I
mean?
noticed, bro. He was.
It was pretty rough.
Well, we're not gonna get into all that. I'm not gonna like smear the guy.
But what
Fuck
happened?
that.
I don't know. From there, it got worse with him, and you know.
Well,
rest in peace.
I mean, that's what I
think
mean.
the important thing there is it would be so easy for anyone to
pee.
kind of fall into that. You know, I think as far we don't want to shame it, but
One of the best DJs in
New Mexico, for sure.
Albuquerque, period.
He was I believe he was the only DJ to ever place in the DMC competitions from New Mexico.
nice. So what else is going to happen with this tour? Tell me a little bit.
Just slowly putting it together, really. We'll try to get another music video done. Going to be shooting that with the Kamikaze Kid there from Casper.
Oh yeah. The motorcycle guy, or
yeah, I'm doing a music video with him.
nice.
Here in White Sands, New Mexico. And man, that's really it. Just putting a really amazing stage show together.
So yeah, I just
Big
as you were saying, I just got back from Vegas. Not my exact cup of tea, but I saw Luke Bryan as a Vegas show. It was pretty damn amazing. So like the stage, you remember Qbert, the old video game?
Yeah.
So like the stage had all these just square pillars that kind of moved up and down depending on the thing. And it reminded me of like Qbert. But as the panel came up, each thing was like an LCD visual display, so it could even like show different images at the same time. So it was pretty amazing to kind of see all that, especially coming from just from Casper, Casper Event Center shows to some big ass Vegas show is pretty amazing.
Right, that's tight. I don't fuck with country really, but I like when they do good shows like that.
Me too. It was my wife's birthday, and she wanted to see Luke Bryan, so I'm like, all right.
Nice.
I drug you to see Megadeth, so I have to go.
Right. We were trying to play Vegas on this tour, but it might not. It's a lot of. We have to get some different dates in other places. But if we get dates in other places, that's going to take away from the Fear and Loathing and I-25 theme.
Yeah, you never know.
What are you guys talking about? I had to go pee-pee. We
were just talking about the tour, and
it's going to be the shit. No matter what the fuck happens on this tour. I think it's going to be
a good show.
Like you said, your best tour to date, no matter what the fuck happens. I know you're going to put it the fuck down. Unfortunately, we are fucking damn near the end of this motherfucker, dudes. So we got to wrap it up. While we get down to it, tell these motherfuckers where they can find MC Viruz?
YouTube, and this really Instagram right now. We've got the Spotify all down, so is that Instagram at the real MC Viruz?
Word. Facebook, you got YouTube, yes?
Yeah, MC Viruz.
All right. Also, nerds, it's been a couple weeks since we released a new episode of Dragging These Balls. That will be out next week, probably around the time this motherfucker drops. So look out for that. Look out for all our episodes on anywhere you get your podcasts and thecomicszone.com. Thanks for being on, MC Viruz. I love you, brother.
Yo.
Keep it
easy, guys.
yes, keep it black.
Peace.